Welcome to the Lost and Found podcast. I'm the host, Jacob Alexander, and the goal of this podcast is to promote boldness in sharing our testimonies. Don't look at these conversations as a highlight reel, but more like game footage as we explore the different complexities of the Christian walk. Let's dive into things. Welcome to another episode of the Lost and Found podcast. I have one of the homies, one of you become like a really close friend.
Yeah.
Like we're locked in low key.
No, it's like strangers.
Yeah.
Ops, friends, and then it goes back to ops. A good chunk of the time, but like
that's in a day.
Yeah, in a day, in a day. Honestly, in the minute, testing
just
me often, but it's in
opinion.
love.
Opinion.
It's in vibes.
Opinion. We'll let the viewers decide. This is Miah Marie, ladies and gentlemen. Drum roll, please.
Thank you.
Let's go. Thank you for being on the episode, dude.
Of course.
Dude, this is we planned this 2 weeks ago, and then you lagged on me.
Actually, honestly, a month ago. High key, yeah.
Lock in.
But it's October is birthday month.
Okay.
October is busy season.
Yeah. What are you, 26, right?
26.
Everyone say happy birthday in the comments.
Thank you.
There we go.
Thank
26
you.
of them things. Frontal lobe, lobing. Very excited for that. Dude, how you feeling?
Dude, I'm good.
Yeah?
It's Thursday, which we just found out a minute ago, which we're excited about. We thought it was Wednesday.
Yes.
No, it's just busy season. Life is lifing in all capacities, but it's also just it's also very fulfilling season. I feel like
That's
in
good.
a very alignment space. So birthday was reflection, and now it's I'm sitting in what that reflection means for me. So it's been
Fire.
good.
What is one thing on your mind for 26? Is there anything? Is there a goal?
Ooh.
Is there a mindset? What are you going into 26 expectant?
Yeah, no, I think the biggest thing right now is career changing. That's very big right now. I am currently in the process. Like a month or two ago, I had a promotion, and
Congrats.
I'm actually in the process of now doing another promotion. So that is about to move me in a different trajectory for work.
Congrats.
And it's just been really good, and I'm excited for the way my career is taking off these past few months, because that was not what was in the cards for me this year. So it's exciting.
God is good, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember you telling me about that a little bit, and to hear this side of it, that's really, really cool. So
No, 100%.
congrats. Two
Thank
promotions
you.
in a year.
Thank you.
That might be a record on Guinness or something.
I would love that. Put my name up in there. Why
I've
don't
never got a
you?
promotion, but I'm promoted in God's kingdom.
Hey, but you heard that your boss likes you, and that's a big win in of itself.
honestly
That was really big.
Yeah, that was a huge shocker for just everyone. I was like, swear.
You said
Say
swear.
that again on camera, please.
No, because he did not like your
publicly
jokes.
too,
Yes.
in front of 3 people.
Yes.
I was like, oh, y'all heard that?
Yes. You said do that more often.
That's
do that
called
at the
job
at the
security.
site.
Yeah,
Do that at 5 a.m.
All right, before we go too off the rails, let's jump into a prayer.
Yes.
And then we'll jump into the conversation.
Okay.
Cool. Father God, I just want to take a moment to pause and reflect and just say thank you for this friendship. Thank you for this conversation. Thank you for the way that it's going to bless others, Lord. I pray that as we dive into things, there are no nerves, there's no performance, there's no need to appease an audience, Lord. I pray that the conversation is organic and that the focus is on you. Lord, I pray for the viewers that as they listen, they can lean in, and that the Holy Spirit just translate this conversation to meet their needs. And you can just continue to keep blessing and highlighting different things in your kingdom and just the work you've been doing in all of our lives. In your name, Lord, I pray. Amen and amen.
Amen.
Amen. Dude, all right, you got us in the middle of a volleyball field.
Yeah.
Course?
Court?
Court?
Course feels like golf, which you're a
Yeah.
golfer now.
Yeah,
You know the lingo if you're getting a set that you said.
Young Tiger. Young Tiger. Gonna get me some golf clubs and a golf bag and,
Yeah, have to.
putting,
Yes.
driving,
Yes.
iron.
Hat. You need a golf hat.
Yeah.
Yes.
Protect the bean.
Yep.
It's needed. It gets sunny out there.
It does.
Yeah.
Right on that.
All right, so we're in the middle of a volleyball field. Did I say it
Court.
wrong again?
Yes.
We're in the middle of a volleyball court.
Court.
In Glendora, out here in a
Yes.
park. It's actually really pretty over here.
Yes. Super suburbs.
Yeah. Why'd you pick this location? What does it mean to you in general?
Yeah. So before I moved to Glendora, which was I moved out here, God, it's 2025. I moved out here in 2023.
Okay.
And one of the things I was really excited about moving out here for was to be able to like more live in like a neighborhood that I could run in and just have like more space. When I lived in Santa Barbara, it was a very compacted neighborhood. Like it wasn't the safest to run in my neighborhood either. So in this area specifically, this is literally like a few minute run down the road from my house. But this has just been a space where I run like multiple times a week, morning or evenings. And it's been a space like, okay, I'm anxious today, let me go run. Or like, okay, this was like a really good day, let me get that workout in. So like I always end up coming back over here, and like sometimes as well, like I'll even come and bring a book over here and like read at the park. Like it's just really nice. So this is that area for me.
Yeah. Cozy. I like that. This is a place to like reset. It's calming.
Yes.
Have you ever gotten runner's high?
No.
Genuinely, I don't know if that's real.
No,
or if
I don't think that
it.
is. That's an odd thing to flex. Because, like, at the end, I'm like, bro, I need to sit. I need water. Put a show on. I'm not getting up anymore. Maybe a hot tub, because I have a hot tub.
I always do donuts.
That feels super counterproductive.
Also feels like I earned it, so.
Okay. I think, honestly, I get that. But maybe later I'll do, like, french fries. Like, I'm a french fry person.
Here we go. I do french fries without running, because that's just a normal
on vibes.
side. Yeah, what do you mean? French fries are just... I had french fries for breakfast this morning.
That's so out there. Keep that to yourself.
But I justified it because they were sweet potato fries.
That's so...
Yeah.
Did you have dipping sauce with it?
No, I made
healthy.
So it was like I put salad leaves under it, you know, and then I put up some eggs, and I was like, dude, I would love some potatoes.
What are you eating?
I was like, I don't have potatoes. So then I made sweet potato fries, cut them up, and I made a whole little like salad bowl, and some turkey too. I sent it to Martha all proud. I was like,
good for you, Martha. You got yourself a weirdly healthy man, I guess.
Dude, listen.
It's like all those things technically are healthy, but like also you wake up like super early for your job, and I could not imagine eating that in the morning. Like that feels like just sitting in my stomach.
You got to do what you got to do. My body's a temple.
But you're not. But also, you say that, and then you eat El Pollo Loco. So, like, in what way?
El Pollo Loco's good. It was good, and then they made their bowls more expensive, and it wasn't good anymore, which is fine. Moving on.
No, because we'll just keep chatting.
Moving on. We're gonna jump into trivia because why not? That'll be fun. Basically, the way these rules work.
Okay.
Bible trivia. I'm gonna ask you 3 questions. It's gonna be multiple choice.
Okay.
So wait, or you can answer it before the multiple choice if you're like really holy.
We're gonna wait for the multiple choice.
Okay. She's airing herself out.
And that does not mean that I'm not less holy. I'm not feeding into that narrative.
Long story short, the questions I'm asking is about worship, specifically singing, because Miah over here is on the worship team at our church.
Yes, so fun.
She has a lovely voice from what I've heard and what I've been told.
It's one of the nicest things you've said. Thank you so much.
I always give you compliments.
He tells me I'm pitchy.
A little flat. But sometimes you gotta keep people humble, you know?
It's crazy.
But yeah, I forgot to intro you properly, but yeah, she goes to Hillsong, part of like young adults. She's in the worship community doing her thing. She also works within like community and politics and all the other things, and is like very considerate of just people in the community and like the world as a whole, which is really cool. Because not everyone has that lens. You actually shifted my lens on that a lot. Like I watch the news every once in a while.
What? Mm-hmm. That's big, y'all. That's huge.
Yeah,
oh my gosh. Wait, you've never told me that. I'm so thankful.
Yeah.
So happy about it.
Yeah. It's depressing.
It's so sad. It's so rough. A lot of people watch this. But like, hey, you're here and you're informed. That frontal lobe is working.
Yeah. That mercy is for real. Shout out Sam. But yeah. All right. Jumping into Bible trivia. Question 1. Who led the Israelites in a song after crossing the Red Sea? Was it A, Miriam? Was it B, Deborah? Was it C, Hannah? Or was it D, Miah?
That'd be cool if it was D.
Imagine.
Who was the first one? I cannot hear what you said.
Sorry. So A is Miriam.
Miriam, okay.
B is Deborah. C is Hannah. And D is Miah.
Okay.
D is actually Esther.
Okay.
I just thought that'd be fun.
But like Maya's cool. I was like, oh my god, there's somebody in the Bible named Miah.
I did that for a reaction. You gave one. I was like,
I said, yeah. Like, look at me.
What do you got?
I'll say I'm getting vibes from the first 2, so maybe I'll say the second one.
Okay. Hey,
it's wrong.
The vibe from the first 2 wasn't wrong.
That it was the first one.
But it was the first one.
And I almost went with the first one.
You gotta trust your gut. You gotta trust the Holy Spirit.
Yeah.
0 for 1, which is fine. 2 more.
It's okay.
Don't trip. All right, moving on. When Paul and Silas were imprisoned, what did they do at midnight? Did they A, sleep, B, complain, C, sing hymns and prayed, or D, plan their escape?
It's C.
Woman of God.
C.
Woman of God.
Hymns and all that.
Yeah,
you know the
you
vibes.
can see clearly now.
Yeah.
And realize. Oh, remove the veil, Lord. Hallelujah. All right, last question. Number 3, final one. Which king appointed singers to go ahead of the army, praising God before the battle? Was it A, Saul, B, David, C, Hezekiah, or D, Jehoshaphat?
Sorry, can you... I was like thinking too hardly about the question that I missed the... Just read the whole thing again.
I'll do that. I'm
Yeah, thank
dyslexic
you.
And you're putting me on the
Thank
spot.
you.
Sick. I'm also doing a good job reading right now.
Yeah,
I'm
you
proud.
are.
Thanks.
Public speaking and all that
Yeah.
jazz.
This has been helping me.
Yeah,
The little
good
trivia
for you,
question.
good for you.
Thank you. All right. Which king? Dang it. Which king?
After you said all
Which
that.
king appointed singers to go ahead of the army, praising God before the battle? Was it A, Saul, B, David, C, Hezekiah, or D, Jehoshaphat?
I'll say... I'm like, do I go
Think
with my...
process of elimination.
I don't... I think it's like either David or Saul. Is that correct?
Incorrect, but that's okay. Here's an educational moment. So apparently, again, I don't know these answers half the time either.
Okay,
so
cool.
there's grace. The answer is actually Jehoshaphat.
Wow, that
When
was...
in doubt, go with the most complicated name.
You know what? That's actually accurate and correct. I said that's too complicated. I'm gonna throw it out of my head. That's what I thought.
Yeah. And it's fair because they were kings,
Yeah.
right? Saul was a
Yeah.
king, and David was a king.
Yes.
So like,
I've
get
been
it.
like reading a lot about David, so I was like, David.
yeah.
David sings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have
It's
you
okay.
seen House of David? It's on Prime.
No, I had multiple people telling me about that though.
actually fire.
That's the November watch. Right now we're in
Okay.
spooky season watch,
Yeah.
and then like we're doing that.
Okay. Not here for spooky season. I'm too scared.
I know.
I don't like spooky. I just
know.
it's not like it's not that I'm scared. It's that I'm concerned.
It's
you
okay.
know?
Buck up. It's okay.
Once I do my push-ups, I get my weight up, do some protein. I ain't tripping. You know what I mean?
No, I don't.
Because that's for me and my house. We will serve the Lord.
You and your ADU.
Yeah, that's for me and my back house. We will serve the Lord. That's a bar. Dude.
Just be us chatting, I swear.
Moving on. So my transition is just gonna be hard this time. Jumping into scripture a little bit. For your favorite verse, I would love to hear like what that verse is, what it means to you. If it's something that's in this season, if it's something that's like a life verse, it can be multiple verses, but whatever you're willing to share in regards to favorite Bible verse.
I'm gonna read it because it's long.
Read it.
But like,
Oh, verses. Okay, my
yeah,
fault.
it's so plug to my favorite Hillsong pastor,
Oh,
Theo. So I'm in apologetics at Hillsong,
Yeah.
and he plugged a book called God Has a Name, and shout out to my friend Haven. She bought me the book. She comes with me to apologetics, and literally read it in a month. I love to
Fire.
read. He thinks I'm nerdy for that, but I love to read.
I don't think I know. I don't think.
And it was so good. It's specifically all just focused around Exodus 34, and like verses like 4 to like, it's just like that whole thing where it's like talking about the characteristics of the Lord and like who he is.
The book's
and-
on just that chapter?
Yeah, it's
That's
just
really
on that
cool.
chapter. It's not even the chapter, just those few verses. And like
Really?
each chapter breaks down like a few words within that verse. I'll lend it to you.
Yeah.
It's fantastic.
Yeah.
One of the best books I've read. But that's been something that I feel like has been really helpful for me thinking about like, how do I define like God? How do I define the character of God? Because in one of the classes for apologetics, he was talking about like, how do you define him? Do you define him as dad? Do you define him as like dictator? That's like the Old Testament scary man. Like, how do you think about that? And I was like, honestly, I don't think I identify him as like an angry God, but I also don't see like, I think I see him as like dad in that sense originally. And I think reading this has made me feel more in that vein, and has made me just sit more and like, yeah, God is loving, he's caring, but he's also recognizes what justice is. And I think especially as everything's going on in the world right now where you're like, God, where are you in all this? Like, there is justice that is coming. There is justice that's currently here. And we may not see it in the vein that we want to, but I think that there's a lot of security and like love within that to know that that is coming and that it is here. It's just in different ways than we may be expecting. So that's been my verse, but I'll read it real quick. It says, so this is Exodus 6. It says, the Lord, God, merciful and gracious, slow to anger and abounding in steadfast love and faithfulness, keeping steadfast love for thousands, forgiving iniquity and transgression and sin, but who will by no means clear the guilty, visiting the iniquity of the fathers on the children and the children's children to the third and fourth generation. So I really loved that. And I loved the part about there are things that also are happening that will impact generations, and God is holding that and is not just like, oh, they're gone. It is what it is. And we keep going. But like everything is continuous. Everything is a storyline from like creation to now, and that there is a through line through all of that. So that book has really hit me, especially in this season right now. And that verse I've been really sitting on a lot. So yeah,
that's really good. That's perfect timing in a sense. Like that book was recommended, that you took the next step to get the book, or like your roommate or your friend. Is your roommate?
My friend Haven.
Okay,
hey girl.
Okay. She got you the book. Like that's so sick. Glad that happened. Glad that I'm going to be able to receive a blessing off that too and borrow one of these days. That's fire.
Thank you.
For sharing that.
Of course.
Absolutely. So jumping into a little bit more about you and just kind of like your origin story. A lot of people, I'm not going to make the joke. Never mind.
Don't.
I'm not.
I'm
not.
Don't start.
Off the record, though, you know what I'm saying.
No. And on the record, you're a liar for that.
I didn't say it. But yeah, just learning or diving more into just your origin or like how you came to Christ. Did you grow up within the church? Was that something that was later on in your season? Or like how did Miah, the woman of God, even start? Like how did this happen?
Yeah, no. So I grew up in church. I don't feel like I had like a like definitive like came to God moment, but I definitely feel like there was specific moments in my life that was like realignment to like where God was calling me and being like, oh, I am not where I'm supposed to be. But I grew up in the church. My parents did not grow up in the church, but they both got saved in like their mid-20s and like super into the church. My dad's job is he's a worship pastor, so he goes to like different churches and like revamps their choir and worship programs. And then my mom, she was a school teacher and also did teaching specifically at like churches and things like that. She would help run the children's ministries. So I was always up in church. I was there for first and second service. Like I was up at the choir rehearsals. Like I was just at church often. But I also think that really shaped my perspective, specifically to see my dad working in a church. I think it skewed my perception a bit in the way of I recognized the church as an entity of like God, but I could also see the way in churches operated as businesses and like seeing the way that finances can operate and the drama behind the scenes. Like I think it made me have a very realistic like understanding of how churches operate, but it also gave me a really great perspective to understand how to find a church that feels aligned to what I'm looking for. So
yeah, almost showing like the humanity in church.
Yes,
because like church is not God.
No.
It's very much not God. It's like an attempt, right, to bring people to God, but human, very flawed in many 100%. Different ways. And that's like that wrestle with like pastors, or I've heard different sermons on it as far as like leaving a church or constantly trying to find a new one. And this one didn't sit right with me. And it's like, you're never going to find that perfect church, but it is good to have that discernment to be like, what do I need in this season? No,
100%.
Yeah, that's
and
fire.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, even with Hillsong, like I definitely like when I moved out to Glendora, that was like number one thing I wanted to do was find a church. Like I church shopped for like a bit and I went to Hillsong like for Easter one time, really liked it. Then was like, I still want to like try some other ones. And then I came back once they were at Sotomayor and for me, it just was like, I've seen a lot of ones and like, this really feels like I'm coming back to it because it feels more aligned with what I'm specifically looking for. Like, I love that it was multicultural. I loved Pastor Sam. I loved Theo. I love that the church is mostly young adults. Like, that is so cool to see in LA, to see that it really is like ran and upheld by young adults who are very strong in their faith, that are wanting to spread this in other spaces. Like, I just felt really aligned with where I saw the church going. Like, I can just see this expanding so much more. So like, I was just really excited for what this was turning into and wanting to be a part of that for sure.
That's fire. So with your father being a worship pastor, you being on the choir, was that something where you had that moment where you were like, you want to go, or did you have to go? And did you wrestle with that growing up, or how did that work?
100%. It was definitely something. So it was really hard. The church that I went to where my dad worked, the church that he worked at the longest, we were there, gosh, I think since I was maybe about like 6, and I left when I was like 16 because it just like started transitioning into something that was just not aligned with where we were at anymore, where they were really like all the sermons ended up being like on finances, and like the only thing that was really like upholding it honestly was a children's ministry, because the children's pastor, he was fantastic. His name was Mark. He was very like aligned with what the word was, and then they got rid of Mark, and I was like, you know what, like this just isn't aligned with where my family's at anymore. My dad really saw that as well, so like we left as a family. And that was around the time where like I didn't really like have a church home those last 2 years that I was living with my family. And fun fact too, I moved out of my parents' house at 17. I haven't moved back. So it was something for me too, where it's like, okay, I'm like on my own in like every sense now. And I ended up going to a Christian college, but not because it was Christian, but just because it had a really good psychology program. But like, I don't have the best relationship with my school, have a lot of trauma around my school, but I am very thankful that I was able to go to a school where I did get to like take classes like Christian doctrine, Old Testament, New Testament, and get to like really learn the way that the Bible's structured, what that actually like means. And I feel like I have a really good foundational understanding of the Bible. And I also got to be in a space where it's like, this is also me now getting to like learn foundational aspects for myself, not because I have to come to church with my dad and my parents. So that was a very big thing for me, to be able to define God on my own terms and not feeling like I'm just doing it because like this is my dad's job and we have to show up on Sunday. So
yeah, that's really cool. Yeah, you did mention that you went to a Christian school, so I remember hearing that. You said not because it was Christian though, because it had a psychology program, which is interesting. I feel like God has a funny way of working things out though.
100%.
Because those foundational, like getting that knowledge is so what's the word for it, like that's such like a, not a luxury, but it's something you don't think about. Like me growing up in church, I don't get that knowledge from going to church. There's so much more when you dive deeper.
100%.
I didn't go to a Christian school. I barely went to college. Like, I barely did it. Like,
no, 100%.
So, like...
and, like, church isn't, I feel like, set up in the way to do that. Like, you're not set up to have, like, Bible study type things where we're like, but what was the Greek word for this to mean this? What was the translation for this? Most churches don't do that, and I love that Hillsong did that specifically, but most churches don't teach in that way. Yeah. So, yeah, it's hard.
Or even offering, like, apologetics and stuff like that. Yeah. Like, that opened my eyes to so many questions I never even thought to ask. You know?
No, 100%.
I grew up in church, so I just do church kind of thing. And apologetics was like, oh.
Yeah.
Interesting. You know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%.
So it is nice to be able to dive deeper. You mentioned, like, within those 2 years, so you were 16, so you're still in high school.
Yeah.
You ended up not going to church within those 2 years, kind of.
Yeah, my mom still really wanted me to go to church. So, like, we'd, like, shop around at some churches. She was like, we lived in Orange County at the time, so she was like, oh, there's this church, Mariners. Let's go to Mariners. Didn't really like it. It was very, like... it's a big mega church in Irvine. So like, it just felt like I was kind of getting lost in the sauce there. I wasn't really feeling anything that I was at, and it still just felt like a chore at that point. So honestly, my parents were very surprised that I went to a Christian like college. They were like, you sure? Like, and also they were very surprised too, because it was a PWI, a predominantly white institution. And that was also something that like I was very much struggling with at the time, where I just felt like church was like, especially the churches that I was going to during those 2 years, it was a lot of like white churches. I felt like very uncomfortable. I felt like they weren't really talking about things that felt very aligned with like where I was at, what I was thinking about. I was in a space of wanting to deconstruct my faith even at a young age. So yeah, it was just kind of hard. I feel like anything was just kind of more on myself to kind of learn. And like, of course, if I have questions, I can talk with my parents about it. But that was very big for me to go to a Christian college where I was able to define that for myself and learn more and ask those questions to professors that like studied that at Fuller Seminary and other seminaries across the country. And also, like, I think a really big thing that I loved was having those very intentional conversations and like deconstructing faith with other people my age. Like most people weren't doing that at 18. And I met a lot of people at that school that were doing that. Like we didn't always agree, but it was good to like still have those conversations. I love to debate. I was part of the debate group in high school. So like that was a very big thing for me too, to be like, yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. But that was a very big thing for me to be able to deconstruct it with other people that are wanting to learn that too, and not just doing it just to do it.
Especially like obviously there's a lot of tension within race, and if you're going to a predominantly white institution, there may be things that may actually not even align with the Bible and whatnot too. And you have to do that research for yourself, because culture does, again, human, right? There's human 100%. Error, and it's gonna happen, and that's why it's like important to like do that research for yourself, like you said. Within that, you mentioned there was like a struggle with deconstruction within your faith. Was that more just like asking the questions, or was there a point where, because I know deconstruction, I guess like the basic level of it is almost like you're like working your way backwards, but you're finding your own spirituality. I think it was just like a mix of all of that, where I just was like, okay, I know I believe in God. That's not a question that like I'm wrestling with. I'm not wrestling with, do I think Jesus died on the cross? Like I'm not wrestling with that. But now I'm just like, I think at that age I was just like, but what does this mean for me? How does this impact me? What does this mean for the world that I'm seeing right now? Especially, I think around that time, the two biggest things that I was deconstructing was my faith and my racial identity. Those were very big things for me. Growing up too, I moved 14 times, and it was very hard to keep friends, but then like also it was just like I'm seeing a lot of different spaces where I'm occupying a lot of spaces where there are not many Black people during that time. And so then going to a predominantly white school where we're teaching about Christianity, and sometimes I agreed and sometimes I didn't. I think I came into a space where I was also like, well, I'm struggling with understanding what my racial identity is and what does it mean to be a Black woman in America. I'm also trying to be like, what does it mean to be a Christian Black woman in America? Because there's not a lot of space to talk about that and to hold space for that. And I think a lot of times as well, because I do work in DEI, a lot of times people are like, how are you work in DEI? Why do you, like, you care about race, you care about all these like world's views, like how are you Christian? And I think that specific time was really where I got deep in like understanding, like if I have such a deep heart for social justice issues and I have such a deep love for God, how do I recognize and conflate the two to make sense and understand that they do exist? Like they're not just like two separate things, but they very much overlap in every single entity possible. So that was very much like where my deconstruction was focused on during that time. Okay. Yeah. For anyone like kind of wrestling with that, is there any advice that you would give? Like what were your steps? Like how does that work? Like were you just putting yourself in different social circles, having different mentors, just more Bible knowledge in general? Like what was your process to kind of finding your reasonings now, like your why?
No, I think it was all of those things. I think it was very funny to like go to a white college and meet like all of my Black friends. Like it was just very much like, wow, there's only a few of us, we are all locked in. Like that was very much the vibe. And I think all of us were trying to understand that around the same time, so having very intentional conversations. I also had like a fantastic mentor, Jason Shaw, and he was over like the intercultural programs, and he would just talk with me so much all the time, whatever question I had about like the Bible in regards to racial identity or just like racism or the way it's operating, I would go to him and we just like hash it out. And that was like just so helpful for me to have somebody to ask questions with without feeling judged, without feeling like uncomfortable, not even knowing what questions I'm asking. That was super helpful for me. And I think just like I think a lot of reading, because I love to read. So I think it was helpful to read like books about racial identity, but also in the same vein, like reading books like about Christianity and like trying to find those connective spaces. That was something that was really big for me, because like in a very real way, like you can read what like Jesus does, and like it's very clear he has a heart for underrepresented groups, for women, for people of color, for people with disabilities. Like they're just, everything that he does points towards that, and understanding that the narrative that's sometimes pushed out here in regards to like Christian nationalism, that's not actually aligned with what the Bible is teaching. And so understanding what's like being said in society is not what's actually aligned with the Bible. And so I think being able to actually process that and see what that means for me, that was super helpful for me.
Yeah, for sure. You have to be willing to do your own research and not just listen to voices.
100%.
Just because you have to have your own voice, right? And if you're just listening to other voices, you're just repeating other voices too.
Yeah. And I think it was very helpful for me to go to a school too where most people did not think like me. So I had to get really good at apologetics. Like I had to get good to defend myself. Like I had to get good to be like, no, God does not believe in white nationalism, and here's why. Like, so being able to literally do debate with people in my Bible classes, like I had to get really good at that at a very young age to feel like I'm on the defense all the time to defend why I believe that God's a gracious God. So, yeah,
that's fire. You mentioned also, like growing up, you said you moved out at 17. You haven't moved back since.
Yeah.
Can you, if you don't mind, share a little bit more into like the reasonings to moving out, like the success and not having to move back, like your work ethic, what inspires that, stuff like that?
Yeah, no, I mean, my mom was the same way. She moved out when she was 17 and didn't move back either. And it's not because I don't love my parents. My parents are my best friends. I love them down. I think I also realized, just like in a very real sense, we live very different. We just live very different. But it was definitely an aspect of like, once I was out, I was like, oh, like, this is really nice. This is like, I feel like I'm very much coming into myself. It was even the thing of like, the first summer I was out, I got a job where I was working up in the mountains scaring bears, and I did that for 2 summers.
In what way?
Yes, me,
scaring bears?
me, nails and all.
They hire
yes,
anybody. That's great.
Yes, hair and all, y'all. Like,
how did you scare the bear?
Girl, we would have like rocks. Jacob knows. I would have rocks, and we would like throw them against like the trees to like make noises. We get big. Like it was just like it was all the vibes. Yes, okay. I worked at Forest Home.
Get big is crazy.
We have to get big.
Yeah.
I worked at Forest Home, which is a Christian Bible camp for children, and I worked in the 3rd and 4th grade. And my first summer, I was like the like trail guide, if you will. And the second summer I was actually like the program assistant. So I was like actually leading the program, which was really fun. And even within that, like to explain your faith to children, like you got to be able to understand it because they're going to ask you questions all summer. So that was also super helpful and instrumental in my faith. But yeah, I was definitely just like every summer that I was off for school, I was like, okay, let me figure out a job that I can do, that I don't have to come back home. Like I just had that early determination and drive that like if I'm going to make it, I'm going to make it for myself and do it well. And my parents have just given so much to me that I was like, I can do it for myself. I'm old enough to do that now.
That's fire. Independent. Let's go.
Yeah, have to.
I moved out at like 23.
Oh, good for you.
It's late bloomer, you know?
Good for you.
It's cool. It's all right. It's a process. And I never lived on campus either, which is one of my biggest regrets.
I'm so sorry. That's actually really rough.
Yeah.
Like, even though I didn't like my school, I really loved living on campus. It was very fun.
Yeah, and I can never, like, get that back.
Yeah.
So that kind of is a bummer.
Hey, but you're going to have a roommate soon. You kind of get that vibe a little bit. I'm not at 30. It's a little harder.
Yeah, it's a little different. Just having a roommate now. it's just moving in with someone.
It's just like, hey, man, pay
it's
the
like
bills.
Having a plant. Like,
send me the money real quick.
Yeah, it's not much excitement. It's like, yeah, we want to split this Costco bill.
Right. Let's get a Costco membership real quick together.
Shout out Costco. Today's episode is sponsored.
Right. That and
Costco
Snuggie.
Sponsor? That'd be
this
crazy.
is Snuggie right now.
That is nice.
Yeah, have
That's
to.
a gift from who?
Nana.
Shout out Nana.
Yeah, shout out Nana. She said, you're going to get stuck in the snow one day and you need a Snuggie. And I said, we live in California, Nan. I don't need it, but I'll take it. Now I'm using it on a volleyball field, as you like to say. So.
It could be anything. There's no way court is the right word.
It is. It absolutely is.
Sand and court don't make sense. We'll Google it after.
We
but there's
will
no
absolutely.
way it's actually
and you're going to look at me and be like,
This is going to be is it a sand court? Like the indoor one is a court.
This is a court too.
This is an outdoor volleyball field.
Outdoor volleyball court.
I'm willing to like bet money
I'll bet you
$2.73
that it is a court.
All right, I'm gonna take it too.
Me counting my pennies.
Yeah, I want all cash. All right, sorry. So, moving on.
Yes.
You mentioned how you don't have like a aha, I found God moment.
God, I had multiple like alignment moments for me.
I can relate to that too. I hear a lot of testimonies where sometimes it's like, and then like this thing washed over me.
Yeah, that's not me.
And I'm like, please, like, dog, like, please, like, I want to know. You know what I mean? I be all jealous, but it's like I grew up in church and all this other stuff too. So it's like that in a sense is a flex too.
Yes.
But sometimes like, man, it would be so cool if God was just like, yo.
Right.
Burning bush.
Right.
Like, J Money.
I don't think
you're gonna be okay.
He would call you that.
You never know.
I don't think so at all, actually.
Accent.
Accent
so
had
you can do
to.
Accent, but I can't tell my story.
Accent to cool the cat.
Moving on. Okay. In regards to like these moments that you said that you've had, do you mind sharing on any?
Yeah, no, 100%. I think like college in general was just like a very like that was a process of alignment 100% for me. That was a very big thing for me. There's like two that I feel like I can really like think about. One is definitely that second summer at Forest Home. That was it's actually very funny that now I'm thinking about it because I've never put two and two together. It's always actually happened around breakups. But and I think like that's very purposeful because it always happens around pruning season for me, honestly. Okay. Like I feel like God's like, you need these people gone to make capacity for what I'm about to do for you.
Yeah.
But yeah, my first one was I just broke up with my first college boyfriend. I was at the summer camp fighting off bears, and I was about to go to Europe for 4 months.
Okay.
So I was just already in like just high transition mode. And yeah, there was just a lot of moments during that time in that season, in that summer specifically, where one, I had to just get aligned to like teach children about it. I think it's also just helpful when you're just like up in the mountains for like a summer. That's just like you're just aligned and you're focused in a different way. I think there was also like not being in that relationship anymore. It wasn't because like he wasn't Christian or anything. It just like there was always that part missing of the Christian like foundation in our relationship. It was just like very much like I was 19 at the time, so I was like, oh, we're just both Christian, how fun, like how cutesy. And it wasn't cutesy. Like we weren't doing anything to like actually progress that together. And I think that like actually hindered me in a lot of ways. So then to be able to like be by myself and be in a space where like I'm just focused on me in that way. I did have like a lot of God moments where it actually did feel like God was very tangibly like talking to me in those spaces, and putting just a lot of things on my space and on my life, like just a lot of things that were just being spoken over me. So that would be like one, but like the one that's like very big for me, I think, is last year, and that was before I like literally started coming to Hillsong. That was a very, very bad breakup, and there was a multitude of reasons why we broke up that I won't get into, but one of the ones definitely, at least on my vein as well, was we just weren't aligned spiritually, where he was Catholic, I was Christian, but that wasn't necessarily the problem. It was more of like, I feel a strong like pull and vigor from God to be like, you are supposed to be progressing this relationship with me, and the only reason that you are not right now is because of the relationship that you're currently in. And it was something that was very clear that relationship that I was in, he was very uncomfortable talking about God. He was very uncomfortable having spiritual conversations. And so rather than like pushing myself out of that comfort zone to still have those talks, I was just more accommodating and like trying to meet you more where you're at. And I also recognized I met him in a very different space than I was at before, but like we dated almost 4 years. So like so many people in between that season. But once we broke up and I was just like in a bad space for multiple reasons, not just him, but like a lot of things. It was definitely a moment where it was like, I need to lock in so many different ways. I'm not fulfilled in my job. I'm not happy where I'm at spiritually. I'm not happy in my friendships. Cause at that point too, I also had like so many people in my life pruned out, like so many friendships specifically, like God cut those out in just such a definitive way that it was like you literally have no space to be friends with them. That was also a space too. I had my uncle who's like, I grew up as him being my second dad, and because I moved so much, I have such a small family. It's literally like 5 of us, and he's been going through his own situation, and a lot of things happened where we just ended up having to cut communication. We haven't spoken in 3 years. I actually just saw him for the first time a month ago, and that was like crazy. But that was also something that was super hard for me too. Because during that time as well, like, as you know, my mom, she has MS. And so that was something too, where now like my uncle's gone, I have to step more into like an adult supportive role in this way, where it is just me and my dad supporting my mom and my nana. And there were just so many spaces in my life where like everybody's needing me, but like I can't cater and be for myself. And I just like, I had no capacity left. And it felt very much like God was just telling me like, I know all this is happening, and I know this all feels like horrible, and I think I was definitely, I don't like change. I don't like change at all. And it felt like God was just very much speaking over me in a way that this change is necessary and something even better is coming. And that was when I literally was like, you know what? I liked Hillsong a few months ago. That was kind of cool. Like, and so there was literally a day too, like I started going to Hillsong, like, but I was definitely the person, like I walked in, I walked out right at 12, like at 1:30, like it was, he said, okay, it's dismissed, 1:31, I'm in my car. I was out of there.
And you walked in at 12:15.
Yep, I literally, there were so many times I would see Jacob, like as I'm walking in, like, and he'd be like, hey, I'd be like, hi.
All late.
Have to be, absolutely have to be.
That's funny.
And it just became a thing where I was just like, God, what am I supposed to do? You literally took out my social circle. You took my ex-mans. Like, you took, like, my literal family members. Like, I don't know what I'm supposed to do. I feel so down bad right now. And I saw that there was, like, groups on Hillsong, the website, and I literally signed up that day, and I knew it had to be God, because like literally 2 hours later Helen texted me and she's like, hey, we're actually meeting tonight, and that was for the mini golf, which is where I met Jacob, and he became my op the very first night.
I was elite that day. I was in my bag.
He was literally in last place. He literally lost against all of us.
I don't remember it that way.
I remember it that way.
We'll cut that. We'll edit that out. I was in last for real?
Yes, for real.
It's crazy. So much growth. Because I'm so much better now. It's nuts. Continue.
But yeah, that was just like oh my God, like, I know I asked for this, but like 2 hours later, God, like, you got it a little messed up.
Cool.
Like, it was kind of wild, and I was like, okay, like, let me just do it. Let me just go and do it. I'm so glad that I did. Like, that was also where I met Ina. Shout out to Ina.
Ina Pitas.
Love that woman.
Chale.
I love that woman.
Yeah.
That girl's my soul sister.
Yeah.
Like, it's so good. She's so good. But it was just like moments like that where it was just like I didn't even know what God was doing in those moments. Like, even to just like reflect back to like that was a year ago, and like I'm in such a different mind space, headspace. My job is thriving. I'm in a new relationship. I love Dalen. I love you, babe.
A little auto tune.
Right. Hey, Mr. Mans. I'm in a thriving relationship. He's so great. Like, he's everything that I prayed for and more. Like, I'm so thankful for him. Even like seeing my uncle a month ago, like that was crazy to me, because I haven't spoken to him in 3 years. That's something I like, my therapist knows. That's like top 3 discussion thing that we talk about all the time is him, and what does reconciliation look like. And I've prayed about that for so long, and I've been wanting that for so long. And just to even say like, wow, literally like I haven't spoken to him in 3 years, but like a year to date since like that change has happened. I don't even think a year ago I would have been in the space to openly have accepted, like, to have a conversation with him. So like even just that, like, and even though like reconciliation has not happened in that regard, like it's the baby steps of just even having a conversation itself, and just being like, I see what God's doing. And I think just that season, in that moment, there was just a lot of transformation. I don't even recognize who I was a year ago. Like, I read old journal entries and I'm like, God, she was down bad. Like, not you out in the streets like this girl, in a way.
Dude, I left my journal at church
no.
and I'm so scared.
Do you think people read it?
I'll deny it. I just will never say it's mine.
No, you better find it, though.
Yeah, we'll see.
You have to be like, hey, did you find a journal?
Yeah,
and
like,
then describe it.
For one.
And then you say, that was Jared's journal. I'm just plugging him real quick.
I'm like, yeah, that was Jared. That was Martha's journal.
You can't throw Martha under the bus. That's why I said Jared.
Oh, my bad. Sorry, Jared.
But he's learning boyfriend things. Real time, real life.
It's a process.
It is.
Dude, it's so much to know and think and learn.
Oh, 100%. I'm like, even the relationship I'm in now, like, it's so different than any relationship I've ever been in. Intentionality, like, intentionality, like, being even intentional in just, like, the way that we're building our relationship around God, like, around our family, talking about having family. Like, it's so different.
Big conversation.
Yeah.
Because you got to think big picture.
Yeah.
So
I'm not dating to date anymore.
I got a headache, you know?
Yes.
Not in a bad way, but it is interesting to be, like, to be thinking this far ahead.
Oh, 100%.
In a relationship that's still like fresh-ish. It's like, I don't know, it blows my mind sometimes. I'm like, should I be thinking about this?
No, you should.
But yeah, that's intentional.
Yeah.
Right? That's the word. Yeah. Dude, advice dating, go.
Ooh.
What's the tea?
Ooh,
did you finish your testimony though?
That was good. Yeah.
Okay. Also, shout out 1 year. That is really like it's cool to see. That it's been it's been a year. That's so cool.
Yeah. No.
Oh, look at you, dude. Proud of you.
That's
so sick.
Thank you. No, like even like Jacob knows I talk to people now after church.
Yeah, it took a while.
Yeah.
She used to only scratch. Imagine. She used to just growl. She had this weird growl thing. Dude, that's so bad.
That would be so odd.
She would just hiss.
Theo would be like, hey, so I know you just started coming here and opening up, but like, I need you to leave. I need you to leave now.
You can't hiss at people.
No,
like,
you can't. They'll start just being like, the power of Christ compels you. Like,
say Jesus is Lord.
Right.
Dude, that's funny.
Oh, it's too funny.
Oh, all right, yeah. Dating advice. Let's go.
Dating advice. Communication is so key. That is the number one thing, just like in general. I think if you have communication down, so many other things just come so much more naturally. I think also just like having very intentional conversations, because sometimes you think that you only have to like have hard discussions when hard things come up. Yeah. But like having the moments to be like, hey, let's check in. How are you feeling this week? Or like, how is this going? Or is there anything that's been happening that you haven't vocalized yet? And let's talk about it. I think just like having spacing for that is so good. I think also like just never getting like tired of each other. Like that's intentional. Like I think it's very easy to just fall into the rut of dating of like, we've been together for a while. Let's just only watch TV. Let's just only do like the same things. Like being intentional, like keep it in like fresh, keep it fun, like going and doing new things. I think it's so important. And I don't know, I'm so appreciative of Dalen just being he's so transparent with me. He's so communicative with me. He's always trying to incorporate like some new vibe all the time, but like also having the space to just like rest in being with each other. And like we got movie passes, which is always so fun. AMC? Yeah. We be going to the movies every weekend. It's a pro move. It's fun. We love doing that together. But yeah, I think even just like it was very helpful to even have like those intentional conversations so early on. Like that was something that was really big that I definitely didn't have. And I don't know if you've ever watched or read Michael Todd's book around relationship goals. So he like talks about like if you're starting a relationship, understand what you're like, what is your goal and what's your trajectory? Like, are you dating casually? Like, are you shooting with a noodle right now? And you're just like, if it lands somewhere, that's cool. If it falls, then it is what it is. Or are you actually like looking for the bullseye right now? Like, what is that intentionality and what does that actually mean for you? Yeah. And I think we just had those conversations like very early on and you know too, I was in that season, I was not trying to date intentionally at all. I was like, if it happens, it happens. I'm hanging out. We're on vibes. Like, I just got out of a long-term relationship. Like, bro, don't come near me. But Yeah.
Like that?
Yeah, he came up on me just like that. Just kidding, Dalen, you didn't do that. But yeah, no, I think it was so helpful to have those conversations early, and I feel like it gives me just such a deep sense of security to already know, like, I already know where his heart is. I know where it's aligned, and his actions back that up. Like, he's going to Bible study with my dad. Like, I love seeing that. And he comes to church with me. He's like, anytime I'm singing, he's there. Like, he's like, choir, I'm there. I don't care. Like, I'm there. And I love that about him. Yeah, he's so intentional a different way. And I think it's also just very helpful too, because a big thing for me, like, that is hard to date with that level of intentionality is everything with my mom and MS. Like, I'm not just looking for a partner to just show up sometimes. Like, there are things in my life that in being in a caretaker role, I need a partner that's going to show up in such a deeper way than just like a boyfriend. I need somebody that understands that sometimes I do have to cancel events. Like the other day, like some things happened with my mom. I needed to cancel on my boyfriend so that I can go and be with my mom in Anaheim, because that's just what my situation calls for. Even just there were different things that have happened, even like with my Nana, because I also help with her. Like, he's the first one to literally drop everything, go drive and check on my Nana. He's done that multiple times. And so just having a partner that's really in it with me, that's been something that's very different. But that I also like know that he's in it with me because we had those conversations a lot earlier on. So that was super helpful for me.
Yeah, you're all in. I love that.
Yeah.
In regards to like caretaking and balancing that at a young age too.
Yeah.
What have you learned through that? What have you wrestled with through that? And is there any advice that you can give to someone, like, just genuinely, spiritually? I know there was a moment with Sam where he kind of talked about healing and different things and, like, the wrestle with that as well.
Yeah.
Do you feel comfortable talking about that, for one?
Yeah, we can talk about it.
Okay.
That is the biggest thing I am sitting with in my life right now, in a very real way. That is the thing that I cry about. That is the thing that I pray to God the most about. And so even to like talk about that, because I have no problem too, it is part of like who I am and like what is happening. But I think I really appreciated Sam's sermon that he was talking about, and specifically for what he said, because that really he opened up my body and read my soul in that moment. Like, it was very much that. He said, hey, let me get in there real quick.
He sat down. He said, hold on. Right. Said, oh, he's about to cook.
Right.
He's about to cook.
Right. It was very good, because I've been very much sitting with, there was just moments, like, as this year has been progressing, something that I was realizing earlier this year, like maybe around February or so. That was when Sam did that sermon around like believing bigger, and like having faith bigger, and like believe about the impossible. And so I really leaned into that, because I realized at that point, I wasn't praying over my mom's situation, and I was praying more in the way of like, give us the financial means to kind of do what we need to do right now. Give me the strength to show up the way I need to, but not in the way of like heal her, like do something transformative in her. And I think that I was scared to have those prayers because I was going to be disappointed. I was scared of the disappointment. Anybody hates to be disappointed. And so once I started having prayers like that and it wasn't coming in the way that I was praying, I was frustrated and I was angry, and I was just like, so what's going on? Like, I'm here, I'm believing bigger. Sam told me to, like, what am I supposed to do? And I think it was that, like, that moment specifically with Sam just even saying, like, you may be praying for like healing in a very physical sense, but it may be like you being healed from like the grief that you're experiencing. And it's so funny because literally this whole year in therapy, the main thing I keep saying is I feel like I'm grieving a life that I thought I should have. And I feel like I'm grieving a life that I see my friends having, that I thought I would have, like in the way of like, I see people that go on like vacations with their mothers, like, or like with their family on different things, or like just seeing like very active like situations of people with their families. And I remember just being like having like the comparative moment, which is always so hard, but like, and it's not self-serving, but like I also can recognize as well in the same vein, like I don't really know much people that are as close as me and my mom are, and I don't know as many people that are as close as me and my dad are. Like, even this whole situation has made us have to be deeper and aligned with each other. Like, because in a very real sense, growing up, I love my mom, but like we did not get along when we lived together, and like everything that's happened.
Every teenager ever.
Yes, literally. But as everything has happened, this has made us go so much more closer. Like in a very real sense, like besides Dalen, my mom is my best friend. Like, and I think that was just like, that was something that like I really had to sit with, especially as Sam was talking about it, where it's like, you're probably grieving right now. Like you're probably grieving the idea of things that you maybe thought that could happen later, or that you wanted to happen, or you're seeing other people have. And even after that, Theo like spoke to me after that, and that was really powerful as well, because like he just went a little bit deeper. He said, Sam already opened you up, and I'm just gonna step a little bit farther. And he was just speaking in my life around I think that there are like emotions that you're feeling and you're just like not tapping into it in that way. And if you know me, I don't like to talk about emotions. I'm not very comfortable. So like even me doing this podcast, you're welcome. But like this is not my comfort zone at all. And I think with that too, like there was like, it's just easier to operate, especially with everything happening with my family, in a very logical mindset where it's just like, okay, I gotta send money for this, gotta pay this, gotta get there on Tuesday, gotta take this person to their appointment. Like I just have to be on go mode instead. Like I operate at a very high level, but I'm not operating into my deeper self. And I'm not in touch with my emotions in that regard. And like I'm still working through that right now. But because when I do, then it's like waterworks and it opens up, and that's not always the most comfortable. So I think just like that Sunday specifically, and it happened right before my birthday too. So that's why I just was like, oh, I'm just in deep reflection mode. Like these are things I really want to work on, that I feel like God has been calling on me throughout this year, but like it's going to be very prevalent in 2026 for me. So that is a bit about that. But I mean, advice, I think something I've had to do a lot better is taking care of myself. Like it's very easy to get caught up in like this space of everything, to just like fully pour myself out, because you don't want to see your parents like in a hard space. Like my parents are older. I hate seeing my dad work as hard as he does. Like, and I do have a good job. So like if I'm able to provide, however I'm able to provide, like I want to do that tenfold. And so I think that's something I've really had to operate in, like, and be very intentional about, because I feel like I have really strong boundaries in everything in my life, except when it comes to my family, and not because they make me not have strong boundaries. They're always asking me to have boundaries. But it's just because I love them so much. They're everything to me. I want to give them every part of me, and I can't though, and I shouldn't. And like they're also adults too. Like they will pick up the space where they need to pick it up, and I don't have to take on every single thing. And another big thing is leaning on my community. Like I especially operate from a way of like my friends are my family in a very real way, just because I have such a small family. So it took a lot for me to ask my boyfriend to ask him to go help my Nana, but like I'm so thankful that like he does, and he goes and checks on her often. And like talking with my roommate Zalmaya, love my girl, shout out to her, like just like she's so helpful and like supportive, and her mom is so supportive too. And so like I get really caught up in the thing of I'm doing this by myself because I have to, because it's just us, and like I don't want anybody, everybody else is going through struggles, so I put that on them. But like recognizing that like relationships are reciprocal, and leaning into that, and like God wouldn't just put them in my life for good vibes. Like we're past good vibes now. Like we're not hangout friends anymore. Like we're real life friends. So like doing what that needs to be done.
That's huge. I think that's like a challenge for most people. Like it's easier to give sometimes than to receive. You know, and receiving is almost has to be learned. You know, like I wrestle with that too, but it's just like it just feels weird. You know, and it feels like a burden, and it feels like all these things. Like I was talking to in another episode with Lane Berry. She was a pastor who preached. She preaches at Oasis, but she was saying how it was something like really small. It's like, yeah, like when I asked you to be on the episode, I almost didn't want to because it just felt like I would be a burden and all this other stuff. She's like, you're not a burden. Like that. And it was so simple, but even just hearing that sometimes, you're just like, dang. Thank you.
It means
you know?
everything. It means everything.
Yeah. That's huge. So proud of you in this season, and like where you're at, the headspace, like all of it.
Thanks.
Definitely praying for you, for your family, all of that as well. I wanted to just highlight like the work that you've done. Like,
thanks.
you have done so much work. And like the proof is in the pudding. So just keep going. Like, don't feel any pressure or any weight on that. And if I haven't been a good enough friend, let me know. And
I'm like, so let's go through the list real quick on camera, and you can't edit it out.
Oh, I totally will. Like,
No, because I'm just gonna comment.
Oh, look at that! Stop recording. It's so weird.
Me going on the comment section, just being like, "Here's my list, real quick," because he didn't.
I'll flag your comment.
Bullying, harassment. Delete her account immediately,
Dude,
Mark.
Yeah, I'll go to your HR. I'm like, do you know that she's doing this?
Fun fact: I am HR, so get out of here now.
That's too much power,
right? I said I don't think they know who I am.
Genuinely, how does if you're HR, who's your HR? That's a bar. It's a well-worded question.
I guess I'm myself, which is kind of fun.
How does that even, like, genuinely?
I mean,
That's
like, my
so
boss, obviously my boss is like HR, so like
okay.
I guess like her, like,
Who's
shout out
her
to
HR?
Sam.
Who's Sam's HR?
Sam's HR is Jonathan, and Jonathan's HR is Brian, and Brian's HR is the CEO. Yeah.
Oh, that's how it works. It goes to the CEO.
Yeah,
eventually.
I guess so. Yeah, because I mean Brian's COO, but yeah, I mean it's fun being in HR. I feel like it's like. I feel like I live like Hannah Montana double life, you know, where it's like, I mean, like it makes sense for the work that I'm doing for it to be in HR, but then I'm also like, ha ha ha. Like,
That's a great way to describe it.
Because you know exactly how I am. Like, I feel like the people who know me are like, she's in HR.
Yeah. That's everyone when Sam in project management.
Yeah.
No one believes it.
No, that's the funniest thing.
I was at a work retreat, and everyone thought I was on the design team.
No, because it gives, yes. And you're like, you manage people from your car in the rain? From your car in the rain?
Yeah. I will leave you out in the rain. Because I just can't. I refuse. It's not within my job description. So do what I got to do.
Love
Interesting.
That.
What would you say you're most proud of in this season?
Professionally, definitely my job. Like, my job has just been so good. I like, especially this year, I've done like 10 presentations. I've traveled to so many like states. I'm just like thriving in my career right now, and I really love that. I love that for me. I think personally, I've always been intentional about my relationships. I think I'm never somebody to just say something, but I think I've gotten a lot better in this season right now to not only support others, but like ask for the support as well. Like that's something I'm definitely working on. And I've been called out on it quite a few times, and like I'm actually doing the work for it. So I think I'm very proud of myself for letting people into the fold a lot more. Like not even just like personally in my life, like even with like my best friends on Miah, like there's things I have never told her before, but like I've been able to open up with her a lot more recently. And even like being more comfortable with like telling my boyfriend things, like, which like sounds probably like wild to say, but like that wasn't the relationship that I had before to feel comfortable in like that way. So like that's a muscle I'm stretching as well. Even like church wise, like there's things I told you as well that I was like, why am I telling this man this? Like, I don't know him like that. Like, why do you know this about me? Get out of here.
I take it back.
Right? I was like, bro, I'm just kidding. Like, just kidding. JK.
That's
like,
so funny,
yeah, like that. Like, even like Ina, like me and Ina have just been like so intentional about building our relationship too.
Yeah.
Like, I've been really wanting to be intentional about the people that are giving me energy in that way. Like, I really appreciate it, and I don't want to feel like y'all are just telling me a bunch of things and I'm just like, but I'm good. Like, I want it to be reciprocal, and I'm really proud of the work that I have been doing to make it a little more reciprocal. I can do better. I know there's more growth to be had, but I'm proud of the growth that I've done so far.
Yeah. It seems like one intertwined, but like your healing, like spiritually and growth with your relationship with God has also like allowed these other relationships to grow as well through like the healing that you bring. So that's really interesting. The most growth that you've had spiritually this year is also the most growth you've had like relationally this year.
100%. And like it's even just like even just like seeing the people that I'm friends with now compared to like a year ago, like I don't think they would have been in my circle in the same way. I would not have been socially hanging out with them, not because like they're not cool or anything, but maybe because I just was uncomfortable or like didn't want to get deep in that way because I saw what you were looking for and I wasn't comfortable with that. So like I had a lot of party friends, I had a lot of going out friends. It's LA, of course you have your party hangout friends, like but it got to a point where it's like okay, the party's over. Like, but that's what Kendrick says. Yeah, the party's over. Of course, I love Kendrick. Shout out Kendrick if you're listening to this. If you're listening to this, I love you, man.
Yeah, he's for sure listening. He's one of our top
of
good.
course.
You'll see him top
He's
comment.
next, actually. He's coming up.
Oh.
Yeah, like the party's over. I don't need hangout friends anymore. I don't need social friends. Like I need people who are going to do life with me in a very intentional way. Like, and God just pruned all of that out of my space, like in a very intentional way. Like even thinking of who I am now with the people that I'm not friends with now and like in relationships now, they would not like me now. They would not enjoy the space that I'm in. And it's not because I'm in a worse space or anything. I think that who I am and the way I carry myself would make other people feel uncomfortable, and the way that I'm more comfortable to talk about my relationship with God and where I'm at emotionally. Not everybody's comfortable to have spaces like that and have conversations with their friends like that. And I think that the people that aren't here anymore, they're there for a reason. They're not there for a reason. And so, yeah, I'm thankful for it in the long run. I wasn't thankful at the moment. Now I'm thankful.
There we go. There we go. Look at God, bro. That's fire.
Right.
Is there anything you want to touch on in general before like we conclude? Is there anything else that you wanted to speak on or share within like your testimony or advice or just anything? Putting a lot of pressure on you.
I know.
I don't care.
You said, girl, say that.
Don't flop. People are waiting there at the edge of their seat.
Oh my gosh, you better be in your hey.
They just click out. I just show you the analytics. So right here, they just dipped.
Oh, no, that's so funny. No, I'm thankful for this space. I'm thankful for you even fostering like these types of conversations with people. Like even like I feel like we've chatted about this things like one-on-one. We've chatted about it in like deeper ways and stuff in like very random places. Like we got really deep that one time at the bar, like and it's very
without
loud.
drinking, by the way.
Without
Let's
drinking.
Just put that out there.
I was your sober buddy that night for Gino's birthday. That was fun.
Shout
though.
out Gino. Maybe my roommate.
Oh,
who knows?
Really?
Potentially.
That'd be cool. He lives far too. He needs.
He's in Silver Lake.
Actually, no. You're farther still.
I'm deep.
Yeah, you're farther.
Yeah.
That's on you. You didn't know what Inglewood was at. You were just doing things. You're on vibes. That's what happens with transplants moving to LA.
First of all, I just needed some culture. You know, it just didn't feel right.
You didn't even know the colors. You didn't even know the colors.
Not that type of culture.
You were asking me about the colors. That's crazy.
I'll be tripping out here. Say, hey, which street? What side of the street? What are the rules?
Okay, but in a very, very real sense, your house is so nice. Like
Genuinely.
You're both like the neighborhood itself too. Nice.
It's cozy. I go for runs.
Yeah, no, you should.
I was running, no lie, and some dude was like, "I see you, boy." And I was just like, "Yeah," gassed behind you.
Can we also take a moment that you were running?
I'm in shape. I'm an athlete.
Yeah, look at you.
Yeah,
that's
10K
new. That's new.
Ago.
Running's new for you though. You were not into running. You didn't like running.
No. I did not like it. I just wasn't running because
you didn't. I'd be telling you to run. You're like, ugh, like.
It was a different season, you know. Back then, I was all into the gains, you know. So I was about like 30, 40 pounds heavier, all muscle though.
Oh, that was that time
6'2",
too. You're playing on that basketball team with all the mid.
Yeah, the
mid height people.
6 foot under league. Shout out Townsend Group. Nah, I didn't actually get to go to that. My boy does that. I want to though. I'd be so down.
You need to.
I just think like I could really work on my post game in my 30s. Like it's time. Like I have to develop. I can't just rely on my athleticism anymore. You know.
I didn't even know that was something you were relying on the first time.
The game slowed down for me, so now it's time for me to work on my post back to the basket, fade away. You know what I mean?
So confused
shoulder,
by this.
Right shoulder. It's fine. I'm rambling.
So confused by this.
You know what I'm talking about?
Jacob.
You're a basketball fan.
Yes, but like you're not a basketball
you like
player.
The colors. I'm an athlete.
I do not like the colors. If in a very real sense, Golden State can change these colors. Like, because I give Dalen crap about the Chargers being blue and yellow, and like in a very real sense, Golden State is blue and yellow.
Yeah.
And I don't like it, but like I love Golden State and I love Steph Curry.
So you make do.
We make do. I love NorCal. That's home. It's home in a sense. So.
Yeah, it's cool. It's all right. Kidding. It's cool. It has its own little flair. I want to go in the summer, though. I've only gone in the winter,
so
and I feel
fun.
the summer's a vibe.
It is. I want to do
heard.
Outside Land specifically in the summer. That's that outside festival.
Ooh, okay.
And it's just like vibey R&B indie
Yeah,
music, and it's just it's very different vibe than Coachella because everybody's just sitting, everybody's just vibing. It's a lot more chill.
Okay.
Coachella's like picture vibes, you know?
Yeah, people are wilding on Coachella.
Yeah.
And it's just hotter too.
Oh yeah,
I don't get why
weekend
it's
too.
there.
It was not that hot.
Really?
Yes. High was 80. High was 80 when I went.
Oh, really?
Weekend
I
one.
thought it was like Palm Springs. It's 80 in Palm Springs. That's impressive.
Weekend one was like in the hundreds.
Oh, dang. So you just got blessed by a breeze of the Holy Spirit. Just came through.
I got blessed that whole weekend. I got free ticket.
Really?
My Airbnb was 8 minutes from the place.
Really? That's crazy.
Yeah, and we got free parking. Dalen drove. I was on vibes.
Yeah,
I was literally the best.
You were supposed to be there.
Yes. No, literally.
That's crazy.
Literally. It was so fun. It was so
fire.
fun. Yes.
Nah, that's a win. Dang. I've never been to Coachella.
I actually recommend it. Like,
really?
I think that was my first time going to Coachella too. I don't think I'll ever top it, but like, I will definitely go again. Like, I think it was so fun. It's actually done. Weekend 2 is done so well. Weekend 1 is not done well. Yes, it's so less packed. There's not a single line. Not a single line weekend 2.
I'll pray on it.
Vibes on vibes. Let me know.
I like festivals. I've only been to a few. I went to one in Canada.
That's cool.
Called the Veld Festival.
Oh.
I was out there with the Crowdies, bro. Sure. It was me and Mr. Saga Dog.
You do the craziest inappropriate accents.
That was clean.
I just be whipping out a British and Australian.
Right, and I didn't
you be going like
it.
deep Jamaican and like all these other ones.
That was good, no?
You know, fine, whatever. I'll give it to you.
Thank you.
It's your camera and things. So
yeah, worked on that for years. Right?
Whatever.
All right, this conversation's done. No.
He said, "And close. Give me the microphone."
Oh, you just get a little cold, though. But no, this conversation truly has been a blessing, and I hope you know that, like, what we got to talk about today and just your experience and your story is going to bless so many people.
Thank you.
Because one, it's unique for your own, but also like there's going to be people that relate to it that are wrestling with certain things that you've worked through. And that's like the whole point of sharing these moments and like having these deeper conversations is for other people to grow quicker.
Oh,
so
thank you.
Because of this, people are going to grow quicker. So thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm appreciative. And like, love that you're in the space. Love that you're having these conversations with like friends and people that you haven't like even gotten to know like that. Like, I even feel like us having this talk, like, you can get to know a bit more. I get to know a bit more about you. Like, that we like knew more, but like got to get a bit deeper. So like, this has been great. And I'm appreciative of you even just holding the space and also just aligning yourself with the calling, you know? Like, I remember there's just a big season where you're just like, I feel very overwhelmed, very busy, and I don't feel like I have creative outlets anymore. I don't feel like I'm really doing the things I feel aligned in. And like, seeing you even a year later, like you're doing so much, even you being like, I don't think I'll be in construction anymore. I said, oh, word? Like, we've been waiting for that. Like, 30, you said frontal lobe is actually overdeveloped now.
I got a headache, dog. Like, it's crazy.
This is what the hat for. That's what the hat's for.
It's all bad, bro.
No, I'm excited for you. I just think you're going up, man. Like, there's so many things. And you got Martha. Come on, Martha.
Yo, little rib. Little baby back.
No way. No way.
Off the record, sorry. She's not gonna like that.
And edit. No, it's okay. We all have the names that we call our apprentice. I can't call mine. I have my name for Dalen.
That's it.
Nobody else about to? No, I love you.
You gotta own it. On the record.
No, not on the record. I can't.
That's actually
it's so funny though,
bro.
but like, no.
Boo. Everyone put thumbs out in the comments.
No.
All right. Well, thank you.
Of course.
You didn't share everything, whatever. Do you mind praying us out?
Of course. Sorry, Dalen. I love you. I didn't do it. Dearly Father, thank you so much for letting us gather today and being able to just talk about you, talk about life, talk about our relationship and the ways in which we have grown and progressed over the past year, Lord God. Thank you for what you're doing. We see the nuggets of everything that you're placing in our lives and the seeds that are being sown, Lord God, and let them just blossom and produce so much fruit and so much abundance. We thank you so much, and we love you, we praise you, and we thank you. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen and amen. Fire. We did it. A month later, we did it.
I know.
All right, lock in. Intro guest. Okay, I can do that. Imagine.
This is about to be a mess.
Imagine.
This is a
That would
mess.
actually be dumb funny.